One of my subscribers has asked me to realistically rebuild the New York Giants, but with the new addition of Russell Wilson and Javon Holland. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys like and or subscribe. Let's see if we can get 100 likes on this video. You guys were crushing the Stephon Diggs rebuild, so hopefully you guys can do the same for this rebuild. I would really appreciate it. First things first, I just want to point out I'm trying to upgrade my recording setup, so if my mic audio does sound better, please let me know in the comments. That would be much appreciated. I'm not going to edit that out. Either way, though, moving into the rebuild, not going to waste any more time. Russell Wilson, 1-year signing, that's fine. I don't think it's a bad deal for like just a bridge player, obviously, but it really doesn't move them in the right direction. They're still going to be a bad team regardless. And I mean, honestly, I think it makes them worse because Russell Wilson slightly makes their offense like a little bit better, in my opinion, which therefore makes their team better, which gives them a later draft pick, which really doesn't help them for the future, especially whenever they're already in talks about drafting Arch Manning in the next draft. There are reports of that. But we also got Jameis Winston here. Not a bad backup, not a bad bridge player for sure. You love his mentality. You love him being fun in the locker room, on and off the field. Tyrone Tracy, not bad for sure. He's already 25 years old and he's only been in the league for 1 year. But for what he was last year, honestly not bad, especially with how bad this Giants team was. Malik Neighbors is a beast. Darius Slayton on a 1-year deal. You got Wan'Dale Robinson, Theo Johnson, offensive line, absolutely atrocious. Andrew Thomas can never stay healthy. Evan Neal is a total bust. Just a bad offensive line. Nothing more to say about it. Defensively here, I don't know why Brian Burns is trying to come off the right outside linebacker there, but I have him at defensive end at 4-3. I know it's a 3-4 team. I just like 4-3 better. Javon Holland, I thought that was a nice signing for the Giants, especially with all the money they have. Paulson Adebo, I don't think he's a #1 guy in my opinion. I like him as a complimentary player across from Marshawn Lattimore, but whenever Marshawn Lattimore is injured or something like that, I don't really like Paulson Adebo by himself. But either way, with all this depth here at corner, really doesn't seem that bad. Hopefully Deonte Banks can develop a little bit better. Year 1 with the Giants, he seemed actually pretty good, but this season, I think he was top 10 for allowing the most passing yards in the NFL. Don't quote me on that, but he allowed a lot of yards this year. I remember that. And then Tyler Nubin, hopefully he can develop as well. Bobby Okereke, one of the most underrated linebackers in the NFL. But you got Kayvon Thibodeau, Brian Burns, nice edge rushers there. Either way, though, the offense is the big issue with this Giants team. That's what I'm trying to do today in this rebuild with the Giants. And I personally think that they will not go quarterback in this draft. Getting Russell Wilson, Jameis Winston, and re-signing Tommy DeVito, like what's the point to drafting another quarterback? I mean, it would seem like a Giants move, but unless they're in line to get Cam Ward, I just don't see it happening. A lot of people may disagree with me on this, but I'm taking Travis Hunter out of Colorado, of course. I think he is the guy, and I know it's like, oh, they already have so much depth at corner at their secondary. I'm going to move him to receiver. I know it's like, oh, he's entering the draft as a corner, this, that, and the other. I think they can convince him to move to receiver or even rotate through corner because Deonte Banks doesn't look that good right now, but for now, I will play him at receiver. In round number 2, picking up right guard Tate Ratledge out of Georgia, 6'6", 310, only normal development, but 89 strength here, 72 acceleration, A's and B's across the board, doesn't seem that bad. Round number 3, picking up linebacker Barrett Carter here out of Clemson, 6'1", 230, hidden development. He's going to play right outside linebacker for us. A man coverage, A zone coverage, B tackle, B pursuit. Seems pretty good. In round number 4, picking up defensive tackle Nasir Stackhouse here out of Georgia, 6'3", 320, run stopper, normal development, but he has 90 strength, 79 jumping, 79 acceleration. His finesse moves doesn't seem that good. Mainly picked him because he had great strength, C tackle, B awareness. Now, this is the team after the draft. Ratledge is a 74. Travis Hunter is a 76 at receiver, but it was a 79 at corner. I'm going to make him the number 2. Right now, Wan'Dale Robinson is going to be a 3. Darius Slayton only has a 1-year contract. The AI picked up this guy, Jordan James at Oregon here. Hidden development, stacked running back class. Honestly, not that bad. He's going to replace Devin Singletary. Then, of course, Russell Wilson will just be the QB, only for 1 year. And then defensively, anything else here that I really want? Bobby Okereke, Barrett Carter's on the outside. Honestly, not bad. Stackhouse was not a good pick. He's only a 66 overall, but honestly not a bad draft overall. I'm cool with what we got. We just have to develop what we have right now, get a better offensive line, and of course, get a better QB core here. Not just QB core, just a better franchise guy, of course. But the Giants haven't had a franchise QB since, what, Eli Manning? 3-3 at the midseason mark, much better than I thought we would do. Already 3 wins is fine with me. 8th in passing defense is nice. 32nd in rushing offense, 20th in passing offense. So really not good, but offensive points per game is 11th. Defensive points per game is 11th, so honestly not nearly as bad as I thought we would be. Scouting national focus is going to be QB, even though it's not a strength of the class. And I get asked all the time, what draft class do I use for my realistic rosters? I go to import files here. This is for PS5 only. I know I'm still going to get a comment. Oh my gosh, this doesn't work for Xbox. It's like, I'm aware, dude. This is for PS5 only. Search up this specific tag. It's not a gamer tag, the keyword tag. This is what I use. It can use some updating. It needs Matthew Golden in there as a higher prospect, a few higher prospects. If you guys have something that is up to date, like with Matthew Golden, something that is actually updated after the combine and everything, please let me know the exact tag for PS5, of course. But for the players who get to negotiate, Wan'Dale Robinson doesn't want to be here. He wants to be in the Super Bowl chase. We're not going to have that this year. Do I really pay him $12 million a year? It depends how he plays. We'll see. Float, I really don't mind here. Cordell here, I want 5-year contract, $5 million a year. That's stupid cheap. He's star development. He's young. I want him long term. I know 5-year contract isn't really realistic. I don't care. Darius Slayton, don't really need back. I was really expecting he'd be a lot better, mainly because my Wheel of Franchise series back in Madden 21. If you guys remember that, you're an OG. And then Golston, I don't really want. Micah McFadden, didn't he get a contract in real life? No, he did not get a new contract. That was just his rookie contract, evidently. So I'll give him a contract here. And if he did get a contract in real life, well, I'm going to give him one here anyways. I don't have a historic winning percentage. I'm just going to have to pay him a little bit extra. He's young. Even though he has normal development, I still like him on the team. Evan Neal, of course not. I'm not even going to accept your option. He's not going to re-sign with the team. He's just awful. Daniel Bellinger, don't really want either. All these other extras, don't really want. I'm sorry, my GOAT, James Winston. I know he's on a 2-year contract. For the realism, can I sign him for 1 more year? $15 million? Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'll just manually sign him for the 1 year. He was supposed to be on a 2-year contract with the Giants. And then all these other extras, I'm just not interested in. Russell Wilson, of course, we're going to walk from. Then Chad Ryland, honestly, I don't really care if he stays on the team or not. $3 million a year for a kicker who's young, normal development, it's fine with me. Everyone else here, just don't really care about. Deontay Banks, I'm probably just going to give him a contract because he's young and has star development, but I probably won't accept his option. Let's see if we can somehow make the playoffs. We go 11-6, dude. EA Sports, you have to be kidding me. 7th in offense, 6th in passing offense. I think it's because I'm in the Chiefs playbook. I probably should have just stayed in the Giants playbook so we could tank. I'm not keeping Russell Wilson. I don't care if he just got league MVP, dude. It's like, that's ridiculous. I did not want that to happen. I should have just stayed in the Giants playbook so we could just play like trash, but hey, I'll take it, man. Russ, oh my gosh. He's league MVP, Russ. 12th best offense, 6th best defense. Do I seriously re-sign Russ? I'm telling you it's the playbook. I am telling you it is the playbook. 6th in passing yards, 1st in passing touchdowns, 7th in passer rate. This is prime Russ again. I'm not re-signing him. It's the playbook we're in. I'm telling you, I'm so sorry. It's the Russell Wilson fan. Oh, this is unrealistic. You're not going to re-sign him. He's only going to regress. It doesn't matter how good he played. He's going to get star development. He's going to be 37. He's only going to regress. His overall is just going to keep going down. And the Giants offensive line only allowing 34 sacks. Honestly, not bad. Tracy here, 2 fumbles, 9 touchdowns, 3.7 per carry. Honestly, not that good. Malik Neighbors, 1,069 yards. Nice. Same thing with Travis Hunter. He got on the same page. He had more receptions but less touchdowns. Good for them. 990 yards for Theo Johnson, 7 touchdowns. Again, it's the playbook. Kansas City loves to target the tight end. Their playbook, Wan'Dale Robinson, 900 yards, 13 touchdowns. He's going to get a re-signing. Sacks allowed here. Our right tackle allows 9. 8 for John here, 6 for Andrew Thomas, 5 for John Michael Schmitz, and 4 for Ratledge in his rookie season. That's great. Bobby Okereke here, 123 tackles for a loss, 16 for Dexter Lawrence, 13 for Brian Burns, 11 for Kayvon Thibodeau, 10 for Chauncey, my bad, 9 for Micah McFadden, sacks 10 for Brian Burns, 10 for Kayvon Thibodeau, 7 for Dexter Lawrence, interceptions 4 for Javon Holland, 2 for a handful of others. 10 deflections for Micah McFadden. That's a pretty good season. 2 interceptions, 9 tackles for a loss, 79 tackles. He wasn't even the starting sub linebacker. 6 deflections for Paulson Adebo, 5 for Drew Phillips, 1 safety for Dexter Lawrence and Goldston here, and then defensive touchdowns, 1 for Paulson Adebo. Honestly, extremely surprising season. Can we beat the 9-8 Panthers? A 9-8 Panthers versus 11-6 Giants playoff game next year. I don't think anyone would believe you if you said that for right now. I don't think anyone would believe you. The Panthers beat us. I'm going to have to trade up heavy draft value to move up into the draft because I didn't tank this year, and that's completely my fault. And the Niners beat the other California team, crushed them actually, and beat them by 2 scores, 42-28 in the Super Bowl, as once again the Chargers cannot win a Super Bowl as they're 0-2 now. Brock Purdy wins the Super Bowl MVP. Josh Allen wins the league MVP, and there are no awards here for the Giants, which is surprising considering how well Travis Hunter did in his rookie season. In the NFC East, Riley Dixon, Blaine Gabbert, and Lane Johnson all retire. For the team upgrades, Travis Hunter gets superstar development. Well, he probably comes with superstar development. And then Theo Johnson here, superstar development for him as well. Russell Wilson, he goes to star development. He was a 76 at the beginning of the season. Without the boost, he's a 70. So it doesn't matter if he had a top 10 QB season. He's just going to keep regressing, and he's not going to be useful for me long term. Even though he did really good in the Chiefs playbook, I just can't keep him long term. He's just not going to do anything. James comes with star development. No other upgrades on the offense. Defensively, though, Micah McFadden gets star development. Javon Holland, superstar development. That was a nice signing by the Giants in real life. Deontay Banks, superstar development. He is developing. Glad I already gave him a contract. Everything else looks pretty good there. Barrett Carter comes with star development. Team is shaping up nicely. Again, I need my long-term franchise QB, though. I highly doubt if I re-signed Russell Wilson, he would give me that season back-to-back, even with the playbook. But Wan'Dale Robinson, we have a winning percentage now. He wants to stay with the team. I'll do 5 years, increase this. It's still going to be like $13 million a year. He's going to re-sign, though. He was still a good slot player for us. Deontay Banks, I'd rather just pay him his contract, so I'm not going to accept his option. Darius Slayton, Golston here, Evan Neal, Bellinger, Dane Belton, and then all these other extras along with Russell Wilson. Can walk. I just don't want Russell Wilson. If somebody wants to have him for playing like a top 10 QB, they can, but I guarantee you I'm going to check up on his stats next season. He'll either be a backup or he just won't be good. In free agency, Mark Andrews, Brandon Aubrey, Taylor Moton wouldn't be a bad shout for one season. How many sacks did he allow in the previous year? He allowed only 2 sacks with Carolina. That's really nice. After free agency, we got Taylor Moton, Patrick Ricard because we have money. He's on a 1-year deal. Evan McPherson as a long-term kicker, Young, star development, and then DJ Jones on a 1-year deal as well. So not bad, but not great. And the Raiders get the number 1 overall pick. Probably going to pick a QB here. What is the QB board looking like here? It is atrocious. Do I have to stick it out here? Yeah, I might just have to stick it out. This is such a bad QB class. That's so unfortunate. I'm going to have to just stick and pick with the best player available once again. Just unfortunate. I know it's like I could import the 2026 and get Arch Manning in here or whatever. I'm not doing that because I feel like it's way too far out to be able to tell who is good and who is bad. Literally 3 months ago, people, not even 3 months ago, at the beginning of the season, remember people were guarding Carson Beck as a first-round pick. Now he's staying another year at Miami. And not only that, I don't even think he's worth a day 2 pick. He's like a day 3 guy now at best. Anyways, the Raiders go with a corner and the Jets go with the QB. His last name is Billups. What a last name, by the way. But yeah, the QB is on the board. Absolute trash. I don't want to go with offensive tackle with my pick here. I could go... I mean, do I really need anything else? I need defensive tackle. My corners are fine. My safeties are fine. My linebackers are fine, low-key. I just need development, and I need a QB, which is, it feels like I'm asking a lot here. Is Dalvin Newman any good out of Missouri? 6'6", 311 pounds, great strength, great speed, solid acceleration, B tackle, B block shedding, B awareness. He doesn't, I don't know if he's worth it, but at the same time, we have a later round pick, great strength, great speed. I'm going to pick up Dalvin Newman to pair with our other defensive tackle, Dexter Lawrence. Dalvin Newman, ranked 66, got him at 21. Of course, he has normal development. Not a good pick, really. He's an average pick, but it wasn't really the best pick for what I could have had, you know. Round number 2, looking at guards, this guy looks pretty good. Hayden Wagner here out of Louisville, 6'1", 303. Great strength, good acceleration, good speed here. A awareness, run blocking, and pass blocking. Pretty balanced. I'm going to pick up Wagner here. Let's see what he has. Ranked 89, got him at 53. Hidden development, 89 strength, 80 acceleration. He will be the starter. And I did not pick up a left tackle. Is there any good left tackles on the board here? Potentially in the 3rd round. Doubt it. Joe Baker, 6'7", 318. Marginal strength just makes me immediately say no. Is there a big left guard that can convert to left tackle? Highly doubt I can. Don't really like anything on the board there. Is there any like good right guards or anything like that? Yeah, no. Not going to be the case. Let's see if I can double down on defensive tackle. This guy, Dante Leo, we're in the late 4th round here. First to 2nd rounder projection. I mean, why not? I mean, I know he's not going to be good because he slipped this far. Really doesn't look that bad. We'll take a chance on him and just pick him up anyways. Ranked 85. I mean, he's ranked 221. Got him at 85. That's why he slipped so far. Not too much of a surprise. That was actually our 3rd round pick. My bad, but it's whatever. And I'm going to pick up this left tackle, Orchard here, ranked 214. Got him in the 4th round. He's just going to be a filler player. I'm sure the AI will just sign someone else. So not that good of a draft, if I'm being super honest. I definitely could have done better. But not having a QB at the top of the board really sucked for us. Dalvin Newman's a 72, 70 for Hayden Wagner, 65, 66. Yeah, that was one of my worst drafts I ever had. Yeah, if you're new to the channel, this is not how I normally draft. I promise you, I do typically draft a lot of hidden developments. That was one of my worst drafts I've ever had. I'm not going to lie. So Jameis Winston's going to get a shot at QB. He is a 68 overall now. Wagner is going to be a starter. Everything else looks pretty good. Travis Hunter is going to play as the number 2, like everything there. Defensively, anything else here? Brian Burns is the backup. For some reason, I thought the AI drafted an X Factor. That would have been sick. quarterback. And then Deontay Banks, I'm tempted to make him the number 2 because he has superstar development, but I think he'll still get reps in at the slot. The team still did get better in the offseason despite the mid-draft that we really had. It really wasn't just good at all, but you know what? I'll take it. The defense really doesn't look that bad. Maybe a better secondary defensive tackle other than DJ Jones. I'm going to move Newman up, actually. Our linebacking core doesn't seem bad. Our secondary doesn't seem bad. I like our defensive line, honestly. I'm cool with really everything that we have here. I just need a quarterback. That's literally the only thing that's holding me back right now. Our offensive line really didn't do that bad last year. Anyways, let's move in to the midseason mark. And we are 3-3 once again at the midseason mark, 19th in offensive passing game, 14th in defensive points per game, 3rd in defensive passing game. It's nice to see that that's doing well. And of course, scouting national focus is going to stay at QB. And once again, it's not the strength of the class, which really blows, as there's not very too many QBs at the top of the board here. I mean, there's a bunch of first rounders. It's not like top 5 crazy talent. This guy's going to be a baller. Randy Cummings. Oh yeah, for sure. The memes are going to be crazy. He has elite to great throw power. He has poor speed. He's going to be coming all over that defense, baby. I don't want to pause. I don't want an Ayo in the comments. I'm going to say what I say, and I'm going to say it with a straight face. $125 million to spend. I don't know the exact contract that Javon Holland had in real life, but at the same time, I want to pay him. He's young. He has superstar development. And of course, in my rosters, whenever I update my rosters, I can only change where the players go and their player numbers. I can't change the contract. I can't change the development rate because that's just how EA is. You can't change it unless you're in franchise, and I don't remember to change each and every player's contract whenever I join franchise. But Javon Holland, going to get a massive contract. You know what else is massive? Low taper fade. Sorry, I have to say that every time I say the word massive because I'm total brain rot. Deontay Banks, young, superstar development, 4-year contract, only $4 million a year, absolute steal on him. Paulson Adebo, I mean, even though he's about to turn 28, don't want to give him a 5-year deal. I'll do 3 years, boost his money, $12 million a year, just in case I can move on from him. And then Kayvon Thibodeau here, I do want to give him an extensive contract. He just gave me 10 sacks last year, 4 years, $14 million a year. Actually, a pretty good deal there. Bobby Okereke, depends how he plays. Don't want to do 3 years. I'll do 2 years at the most here. Increase his money a little bit to compensate for the years he resigns. I don't want Devin Singletary. John really didn't do bad last season. I'll give him a 2-year contract. He's going to resign. Jalen Hyatt, I completely forgot about this guy, but I remember him being a hyped up prospect. He actually wasn't bad for a while. I guess it's just, the Giants not developing him. Trey Hawkins, John Michael Schmitz, and then all these other extras I'm just not interested in. I mean, I don't really need that punter. I don't need Patrick Ricard. Then Malik Neighbors, I will accept his option, but for now, let's see if we're going to make the playoffs back-to-back years with this awful Giants team. 6-11. This is what I was expecting in the previous season. 8th in passing yards still. We got famous Jameis, baby, but 27th in points per game. What that tells me is he constantly threw interceptions. But hey, famous Jameis, what, did he have like 5,000 passing yards in a season at one point or close to it? Pretty sure he did. And then 14th in points per game, 5th in defensive passing game, 31st in defensive rushing game. I guess just depth at defensive tackle matters more than your actual overall of your defensive line. And is there any standout players here? None that I can see. Famous Jameis, 8th in passing yards, 25th in pass rating. What do you know? 17th offense, 6th defense here. Yeah, 17 interceptions. That's what I expect from famous Jameis. Honestly, probably his career high, 31 touchdowns, 95 pass rating, got sacked 38 times, a little bit worse than last year. And then Tyrone Tracy here, 3.9 per carry, 2 fumbles, 9 touchdowns, basically exactly the same as last year, but with 0.2 a higher average, so I guess he's improving. Wan'Dale Robinson, 12 touchdowns, 1,100 yards, great year for him, probably going to get superstar development. Malik Neighbors, almost 1,000 yards, 5 touchdowns. Theo Johnson's 900 yards, 6 touchdowns. Travis Hunter, down year from last year, but still almost 900 yards, 5 touchdowns, still a solid season from him, actually a pretty good season. Sacks allowed, Andrew Thomas, of course, he had a good season last year, didn't do good. And then, of course, Taylor Moton allows 2 sacks with the Panthers, but 10 with us. And then Wagner, not a very good rookie season, allowing 8. Ratledge allowing 5. Then John, glad I re-signed him, only allowed 1 sack. Micah McFadden, 114 tackles, 108 for Bobby Okereke, tackles for a loss, 13 for Kayvon Thibodeau, 11 for Micah McFadden, 10 for Dexter Lawrence, 9 for Brian Burns and Elijah Chapman. Sacks, 13 for Kayvon Thibodeau, glad I re-signed him, hopefully he gets superstar development. 7 for Brian Burns, 6 for Dexter Lawrence. Interceptions, 4 for Tyler Nubin, 3 for Bobby Okereke and Javon Holland. 8 deflections for Deontay Banks, 5 for Tyler Nubin, Bobby Okereke, and Micah McFadden. 0 safeties and 0 defensive touchdowns on the year. Jahmyr Gibbs wins the Super Bowl MVP as the Lions win their first ever Super Bowl over the Ravens, as Patrick Mahomes wins the league MVP, and there are no awards here for the Giants once again. In the NFC East, Ryan Ramczyk and Rob Havenstein both retire with the Commanders and the Eagles. And for the team upgrades, Wagner comes with star development. That's fine. I don't see an actual upgrade on the team, though, for the offense specifically. 87 overall team, not bad. Micah McFadden goes to superstar development. Javon Holland goes to X Factor. He's balling. Everyone else looks the same. Unfortunate Thibodeau didn't go to superstar development. I'm not going to force it, but 13 tackles for a loss, 13 sacks. That's definitely a good season. Jameis Winston down to a 64 overall. Apparently, the AI drafted Will Bradshaw out of New Mexico in the previous season, so I guess he's a real player. I honestly should have drafted a QB in the previous draft and just taken a chance on him, but I highly doubt that would have worked anyways. But at least we have a high enough draft pick this year to get one of the first-round guys. Malik Neighbors here. I'm going to accept his option. Devin Singletary can walk. Jalen Hyatt and all these other extras can just walk as well. Yeah, I'm just going to let those guys go. And let's move into free agency for year number 2. Well, actually moving into year number 3. Aiden Hutchinson in free agency. I had Brian Burns, and Kayvon Thibodeau just gave me 13 sacks. So I'm going to say no. I don't need Jair. I'd like a top 5 passing defense in the NFL. Elton Jenkins wouldn't be a bad shout. Don't really want DeAndre Swift. Don't really want any of these guys. Tucker Kraft. Theo Johnson's already honestly doing well. He's a superstar development. I need a QB. That's honestly what I need. I need a QB. I need depth at defensive tackle. And it's honestly crazy to say considering we're 6-11. I hate this free agency, and I low-key just don't want anyone here. I just don't like any of these guys at all. I put a contract for a punter, but that's really it. All these guys just blow. I don't want any of these guys. So after free agency, we're bringing the big cat back to the Big Apple here. Leonard Williams on a 1-year deal, and then we got Ethan Evans on a long-term deal just as a punter, so I don't have to keep re-signing them. But anyways, let's move in to the draft and actually get a QB this time. And I forgot to look up the stats for Russell Wilson. I highly doubt he's even in the NFL anymore. I'm assuming he retired in simulation. Sorting by player name, you got Caleb Williams. You don't see Wilson here, so I am assuming he already retired. So he probably was a backup on a team anyway, so it really doesn't matter. And the Patriots get the number 1 overall pick. We're getting pick 7 after going 6-11. I really thought we would get a worse pick. They're not going to pick anyone with Drake May. He's usually always good in simulation. Day 3 talent, first to second round talent, and then these guys. Cummins is a first round. Oh my gosh. I got to get the Cummins, man. He actually looks pretty good. 6'4", 230, elite strength, elite throw power, poor speed, but good acceleration, A awareness, A deep accuracy, C short accuracy. Under pressure is pretty good. Of course, his carrying, his juke move, his play action, his spin move, and his throw on the run aren't going to be good because he's not an athletic guy, but I kind of just want to pick him for the memes. And then the other guy in consideration here is Donald Wallace here, 6'3", 225 out of Cincinnati, elite strength, elite throw power, a little bit faster there, A awareness, better accuracies, I can't lie, better accuracies on Donald Wallace. I might pick him. F injury, good thing injury's off. But Nick Driver is here, and then we have Cummings down the board as well. Let's see how the board falls. Honestly, I'll pick Cummings or Wallace. Whichever one falls off the board first, I'll pick the other one. The Patriots are going to go with the defensive end. The Rams will probably go QB. Now they're going to go outside linebacker, also going with an edge rusher. Broncos will not be going QB. 3 edge rushers in a row just popped off the board. Bucks may go QB. Nope, 4 edge rushers in a row pop off the board. And then a QB goes, and that's going to be Randall Cummings. The Panthers won't choose a QB. Bryce Young is their franchise guy in simulation. I know that for a fact. So unfortunately, we can't get the meme for Randall Cummings, but we will get the other guy. Donald Wallace, low-key, does look better. I'm not even going to bother looking at Valesco here. He's terrible for a day 3 guy, being top 5. 6'4", 226 out of UCLA. I mean, elite strength, great throw power. Doesn't look as good as Wallace. So Donald Wallace is going to be the guy, but we will check up on my boy Cummings there, as Donald Wallace, 6'3", 225, looked very similar to the other guy, slightly faster, elite throw power, A awareness, better accuracies in my opinion. So Donald Wallace will be the franchise guy for us. Ranked 9, got him at 7, hidden development, 95 throw power as a rookie is amazing, 74 speed, 82 acceleration. He will be our franchise guy finally. Right tackle Clay Thomas as the first second rounder, 6'5", solid strength, A impact blocking, A pass blocking, A awareness. The second and third round guy better. Elliot Reiner, 6'6", 315 out of Tennessee. Marginal strength just immediately makes me say no. I just don't like that. Left tackles on the board aren't that good. Is there a right guard that's good? Not really, honestly, if you're looking at that awareness. I think I'm just going to purposely pick up Clay Thomas here. And yeah, I'm just going to, even though he has solid strength, I'm going to pull the trigger anyways. Usually doesn't work out well, but I'll do it anyways. Ranked 89, got him at 39. Hidden development, that's what matters. We're going to have him develop 1 year behind Taylor Moton. Moton. Honestly, I'm pretty cool with my offensive line right now. Hopefully Andrew Thomas just doesn't allow 11 sacks per year. And then my defensive line was one of the weakest in the NFL the previous season. This guy looks pretty good. Juan Phillips, 6'2", 305, speed rusher out of Georgia. Great speed, runs a 4.89 at 305 pounds. Is scary, dude. B awareness, A play rec, A finesse moves, B tackle. Juan Phillips is going to be the pick here, and he will be ranked 48. Got him at 71. Hidden development. That was a steal of a pick. I might just double down on defensive tackle here, depending on the board. This guy here, Kevin Jimenez here, doesn't look bad. Oh my gosh, he's 354 pounds. Show me the elite strength. Yes, I knew it. As soon as I saw the big boy status at 354 pounds out of Penn State here, elite strength. All I need to see, A play rec, B tackle. He's going to be the guy. Ranked 86, got him at 103. Hidden development, 94 strength as a rookie. As soon as you see that elite strength, it's an immediate cop. Honestly, I don't care about the rest of the draft. I have my franchise QB. I got my depth at defensive line. I don't need anything else. I need my QB to develop. That's it. And let's sign Jameis Winston back for another year because he does have the mentor tag, so it will boost the XP for our rookie QB, so I'm cool with that. Now, this is the team after the draft. I forgot to look into the draft recap. Mostly I do that, but Donald Wallace, 76 overall after the preseason XP, so he's probably a 75 or 74. Clay Thomas, 73. That's cool with me. I mean, I guess he came out of the NBA and just completely switched up here, as we got Taylor Moton, who wasn't really that good, but we'll finish out his contract. He was only on a 2-year deal, and this is the last year of his contract. Hopefully, Tracy gives me 4 carry this year. Defensively, Phillips and the other guy will start immediately just because of their developments. Honestly, I really like the team we have. 87 overall. We got a lot of young guys here. Sure, of course, Okereke is regressing, but it's fine with me. I can usually pick up, who is it, Jack Campbell in free agency. Usually the Lions have no money, but we got Wan'Dale Robinson, Travis Hunter. I'm actually going to put him in the slot. Everything else seems pretty good here for the team. I'm actually going to make Micah McFadden the one because he has superstar development, and Bobby Okereke is regressing, but everything else seems pretty good here. So apart from that, guys, let's move into year number 3 with our new franchise quarterback. I don't think we're going to make the playoffs year 1, but we'll see how it goes. 4-2, best midseason mark we've had yet, here to face the 6-1 Bills. 7th in offensive passing game, 13th in offensive points per game, 29th in rushing game, but we're in a passing scheme. Defense, 7th in points per game, 1st in best. We have the best passing defense in the NFL, 7th in rushing defense. We went from 29th to 7th in rushing defense because of those defensive tackles I picked. W picks, baby. Scouting national focus, let's do middle linebacker to replace Bobby Okereke. And for the players we did to negotiate, Dexter Lawrence, take all the money you want. He wants the team to have a franchise QB that could change at the end of this year. I don't want to pay him $45 million. That's ridiculous. I don't care if it's like he's a 97. I know I said take all the money you want. I didn't think it would be 45. I'm going to be real. I'm not going to pay him that much. Theo Johnson here, I do want him to stay with the team. He doesn't like the scheme fit. He's doing well. I need to pay Dexter Lawrence first. So I know his contract is going to be fat. Drew Phillips, he wants to be here. So $10 million a year, 5-year, and he still wants more money. I may just have to simulate the next week and deal with that. Tyler Nubin, $7 million a year, 4-year. He's going to re-sign on that. And then Tracy, depends how you play. If you keep giving me under 4 a carry, I'm going to move on. Then Taylor Moton, I don't want. Everyone else here, I'm just not interested in. Travis Hunter, I'll accept his option. Anyways, let's see if we can beat the 6-1 Bills on Thursday night primetime, and then I'm going to go get Drew Phillips' contract done. We lose 24-14. That's what I expected, but hopefully we can still make the playoffs because we are kind of in contention right now. Drew Phillips, let's do a neutral deal, 5 years, increase his salary a little bit, about $10 million a year for him. He resigns on that. $59 million left. It's probably all going to go to Dexter Lawrence. I might just tag him. But anyways, apart from that, let's see if we can make the playoffs in year number 3 here. And we do make the playoffs, going 11-6, 89 overall team, 10th in points per game, 2nd in passing offense, 4th best defense. Our rushing defense significantly dropped, but our passing defense still stays number 1. You love to see it. Stats and awards, oh my gosh, he's a baller. Other than that pass rating, 5th best offense here, and then best defense in the NFL here. As for Wallace, he doesn't get top 10 for MVP, but in the NFC, Offensive Rookie of the Year, he has to be. Really, the Panthers, Taj Hayes here, so Donald Wallace has to have thrown so many interceptions. Yeah, 20 interceptions, makes sense. He got sacked 43 times, but hey, Jameis Winston type performance, 4,500 yards, 42 touchdowns. I mean, Jameis Winston was a mentor, so he learned from the best on how to throw the interceptions, but still keep your job. So, I mean, we can develop him, we can let him cook, and also, I'm not letting him wear the number 19 as my franchise quarterback. That's disgusting. Let's have him wear number 6. That's fine with me. We all love the Sanchez butt fumble from the New York Jets, but they play in the same stadium, so big whoop. It's the same deal. Either way, he has star development as a a rookie, up to an 83 overall without the boost. Tracy finally hits 4.0 per carry, 11 touchdowns, no fumbles this time, over 1,000 yards. He'll get a re-signing. I mean, it's not crazy, but it's good enough, you know. Travis Hunter, 1,300 yards, 18 touchdowns. I'm going to keep this dude in the slot. He is balling in the slot more than Wan'Dale Robinson. But Wan'Dale Robinson, even though he only had 700 yards, almost 800, still 10 touchdowns. Theo Johnson, 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns. Malik Neighbors, almost 1,000 yards, 6 touchdowns. Dexter Lawrence wants like $40 million a year, which is ridiculous. And it sucks because I need to re-sign Theo Johnson because he just had a 1,000-yard season, 7 touchdowns, but still. Sacks allowed here. John did awful. He did awful. How do you go from allowing 1 sack the previous year to 14 the next year? He's immediately getting replaced. I don't care, dude. He's 30. He's not going to progress for me anymore. Taylor Moton, back-to-back seasons. I gave you a 2-year contract for nothing. Ratledge allows 7. Only 5 for Andrew Thomas this year. He's constantly on and off. Wagner had 8 sacks last season, now only 4. He's developing better. But yeah, Ryan did awful this year. He needs to be replaced. And of course, Taylor Moton, I'm not going to resign. Bobby Okereke, 96 tackles for a loss, 13 for Kayvon Thibodeau, 10 for Dexter Lawrence, 9 for Okereke, sacks, 16 for Kayvon Thibodeau. If the AI doesn't get a development upgrade, I will. 11.5 for Dexter Lawrence, 11 for Brian Burns, 5.5 for Juan Phillips, the rookie. 2 interceptions for Tyler Newbin, Deontay Banks, and Javon Holland. So we had a total of, we only had a total of 7 interceptions throughout the entire year. Still had the number 1 ranked passing defense. Deflections, 12 for Paulson Adebo, Andrew Phillips, 7 for Javon Holland, Micah McFadden. That's probably why. No safeties and no defensive touchdowns on the year. So despite throwing 20 interceptions, can Donald Wallace win his first ever playoff game against Jameis Winston's starting team, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? And he does. 28-14. He probably gave us their playbook there, as obviously he didn't. You know, it's just part of a fun story. But anyways, here to face the 10-7 Commanders. They're only an 84 overall. We are 5 overalls higher than them. Can we beat them against in the divisional round? I was about to say against the conference champions. I don't know why. Either way, we're in the conference championship here. 38-17 win. We're actually doing really well on offense. Can we beat the 13-4 Philadelphia Eagles? And I know some people may be like, no way they're beating the Eagles. We're 2 overalls higher than them. So we might just be able to do it year 1 with this QB. Obviously, I'm not trying to jinx it. I'm just saying. Here we are against the Eagles. They're going to open up with 7. We're going to respond with a punt. Not a good start for the team. They're going to make it 14-0. We are getting crushed by them 21-0. Yeah, this is how I expected the game to go. I mean, we're 2 overalls higher than them, but still, like, yeah, they're just going to keep crushing us here as offense isn't doing anything. Defense wasn't doing their job. 28-7 will be the final score, and the Eagles are going back to another Super Bowl. But we have something cooking here with Donald Wallace. Interceptions still a problem. 50 pass rating. He just didn't perform today. And QB Stephon Billups. I remember this guy wins the Super Bowl for the Jets. That's wild, dude. Patrick Mahomes wins the league MVP again. Rashee Rice, Offensive Player of the Year. No awards to the Giants. In the NFC East, nobody retires. For the team upgrades, Wallace only comes to star development. Thankfully, they didn't upgrade him to superstar. If they upgraded him to superstar, I would have demoted him back down to star for 20 interceptions. But hey, at least he has the yards and the touchdowns. Theo Johnson is an X Factor. Clay Thomas has star development. And Travis Hunter goes to superstar X Factor as well. Who would have guessed? 89 overall team. Juan Phillips comes with superstar development. Speaking of comes, Randall Cummings here, 22 interceptions, less touchdowns, a worse pass rating, got sacked less yards. So I would say we're better. I don't think he has the receiving core I mean, Luther Burden's good. Trey Tucker's doing good for him as well. But still, I mean, Cummings doesn't seem good because of the 22 interceptions. I think we got the right guy, but it's just the name for the memes. You know, we'll check up on him again, check up on the Cummings. But yeah, really good pull there. Got nice depth at the defensive line position. Phillips probably turned around the entire defensive rushing game for us, especially with his size. Or was it this guy who was 350 pounds? I think it was. Yeah, it was this guy. But nonetheless, we have 5 X factors on the defense. Defense is doing fine. I want to resign Okereke, but I'm probably just going to tag Dexter Lawrence. I don't want to pay him $50 million a year, dude. For the re-signings, Dexter Lawrence, we still don't have the franchise QB tag. I'm going to wait on that. I'm going to prioritize the other players here and then tag Dexter Lawrence. I'll offer him this, and if he says no, he says no. So he's going to say no. How much does it take to tag him? Takes $29 million. He's asking $45. I'm more than going to tag him, bro. I'm not going to pay him $40 million a year when I can tag him for $30. Absolutely not. Tracy, even though he will start regression, there's only like 1 or maybe 2 years left in this rebuild. He's giving me 4.0 per carry, and he says no. Of course he says no. I'm not going to tag him for $14 million. He can walk. Theo Johnson, I need back on this team. I'm going to pay him extra because I just need it. So, oh my gosh. Really? Really, dude? Oh my gosh. I'm just getting screwed after screwed here. This sucks. Jameis Winston doesn't want to be here. That's fine. I mean, can I have him back actually as a mentor QB? I'm sure the AI is going to cut him anyways, but sure, just take this, Jameis. And he resigns just because he has the mentor tag. Dexter Lawrence, I'm going to tag. I'm going to go after Theo Johnson and Tracy in free agency. Taylor Moton, all these other extras can walk. So let's see what we have. Jahmyr Gibbs is here. He just doesn't want to play for us. Jalen Carter, I don't need the defensive line help anymore. Don't need the defensive line help. And then Tracy, I do want back, so let's just give him a player-friendly deal this time. And then we seem to be at the top there. We're going to get him back. Theo Johnson, he doesn't want to be with us. He wants to be with the Rams. Completely understandable, honestly. And then DJ Reed, I don't need. Don't need Damian Lewis. Actually, I do need Damian Lewis. I would much rather have Damian Lewis than John, because John was doing terrible. But we'll see if these guys accept. After free agency, we got Tracy back. We got Damian Lewis instead of John, because John was awful last year. Then Michael Mayer. Both these guys are on one-year deals. And I got Tracy on an extensive deal. Even though he's already 28, it's fine. 28 is obviously young in real life, but in Madden, that's whenever they start regression. And the Patriots have the number 1 overall pick again. We have pick 29 here. Did they have the number 1 overall pick at some point? I think they did in this simulation. QBs, of course, they're good now whenever I'm not scouting them. I mean, we had a good one last year with Wallace, but we'll see what we have. I need to look at my team. So we did regress at tight end getting Michael Mayer. Clay Thomas is going to be in his first year, so we'll see how that does. Ryan is just going to be a backup. Don't really care. And then apart from that, we'll go from there. And then anything else? Do I need anything on defense, really? I mean, maybe middle linebacker to replace Okereke, but he's honestly still not doing bad, so I don't really know what to do here. I did not seriously just do that. I just simmed the draft. Oh my, I meant to sim to the next round. I'm retarded. Typical Vic move. Oh my, this is not good. I did a bad draft in the second year. I'm just, oh my gosh, I'm just all over the place. What did the AI draft for me? Okay, never mind. David Loud here, that's a Loud pick. 76 overall. I don't need it. Wide receiver 4s do nothing in simulation, but that was a good pick. That was a baller pick. I'm not going to be able to use it, but nice. A left guard. They knew that our left guard was playing like trash, and they drafted a hidden development left guard. That's nice. I would like a middle linebacker because that would be cool as well, but they drafted a left outside linebacker. Honestly, not bad from the AI. From the AI, I've seen a lot worse. David Loud looks really good, but again, wide receiver 4s do nothing in simulation. How big is David Loud? I could move him to tight end, like a Darren Waller situation. He is, can I see the size on him, please? He is 5'9", 187. Never mind. He is definitely a slot. Year number 4 with the team. I usually only do 4 years in a rebuild, but we got a late jump to the QB development, so I may do a 5th year. David Loud, nice pick. Again, I would rather just have a tight end and a middle linebacker as my picks, but really not that bad. Damian Lewis was on a 1-year contract, so we're going to see how he plays. John is just a backup. I mean, sure, I could trade him, but I really don't care that much. Crazy that Travis Hunter is still not a higher overall than Malik Neighbors yet. Defensively, anything else here that I really want to point out? Oh, the AI got a hidden development safety and a hidden development middle linebacker. The AI honestly probably did a better job at drafting than I would have done, low-key, especially in the later rounds, getting this middle linebacker and this depth safety. So I'm not even mad. I'm really cool with what we had. And then Loud as a backup slot, sure, why not? Micah McFadden, honestly, I want as the number 1. And then everything else here looks pretty good. Like what you have there. And is there anything else that I need to point out? No. Travis Hunter's going to be the 2. Wando Robinson's going to be in the slot this year, even though I know I said I would keep him in the slot. It's whatever. Year number 4. Let's move in and skip into the playoffs and see if we can make them potentially in the 4th and final year. And we made the playoffs better than last year, coming off a loss to the Cowboys, but a win to the Commanders. There, our defense is doing pretty well overall. Offense only scoring 6 points against the Cowboys, but 20 against the Commanders. Defense only allowing 3 points against the Jaden Daniels offense. Jaden Daniels really sucks in Madden simulation. I don't know why, but either way, 12-5 here to face the 9-8 Seahawks. Obviously, we didn't get top of our division. 13-4 for the Eagles. 3rd in passing offense, 18th in offensive points per game, but the best defense in the league for the rushing defense, which is surprising, and the number 1 defense in the league for points per game. So that's big. Stats and awards. Wallace, so much better. Top 5 QB, 12th best offense in the NFL, 3rd best defense. Wallace here is going to be 8th for league MVP. Shador Sanders on the Browns. Wallace 3rd in passing yards, 4th in passing touchdowns, 5th in passer rating, 4,500 yards, 43 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, 115 pass rating, 37 sacks. He is amazing. Checking up on Cummings, actually did a lot better. Lowered his interceptions, a little bit less touchdowns, significantly better pass rating for him. Cummings actually did pretty well as well. So honestly, I think if Cummings was in our scheme, he would probably do just as good as Donald Wallace. So So I like that. Donald Wallace balled out this year, superstar development worthy. Of course, as soon as I give Tracy a 4-year contract, gives me 3 touchdowns, 3.6 per carry. He's trash. Robinson here, 1,100 yards, 16 touchdowns. Malik Neighbors, 1,100 yards, 12 touchdowns. Travis Hunter, 1,000 yards exactly, 8 touchdowns. Michael Mayer, 900 yards, 4 touchdowns. Not as good as Theo Johnson, but still 900 yards, 4 touchdowns. Pretty good for Michael Mayer. He's only a 76 overall. Sacks allowed. Andrew Thomas blows, dude. What is happening? He allows 6 sacks, and then 12 sacks, and then 4 sacks, and now 19 sacks. What are you doing? Oh my gosh. Clay Thomas only allows 6 sacks in his very first start. Great. Ratledge allows 5. Damian Lewis allows 4. Much better than John. And then Wagner allows 3. His best season yet. I don't know how I'm supposed to feel about Andrew Thomas. He's just not good, I feel, most of the time. Barrett Carter, 99 tackles for a loss, 17 for Dexter Lawrence, 16 for Juan Phillips, 14 for Brian Burns, 13 for Kayvon Thibodeau, sacks 20 for Brian Burns, 11.5 for Kayvon Thibodeau. Did I forget to give him his superstar development last year? Yeah, I think I'm gonna force that right now. Previous year, look at the stats he's had since he's been with us. Double-digit sacks every single year, double-digit tackles for a loss, and at least 59 tackles each season. 10, 13, 16, 11.5. He's more than deserving of superstar development. He's been great for us the entire time. I'm going to force his superstar development. 8.5 sacks for Juan Phillips, 5 for Dexter Lawrence, interceptions 3 for Tyler Nubin. Also, let's look at Dexter Lawrence again. 17 tackles for a loss is nice. 5 sacks, 47 tackles. Is that worth $45 million a year? Probably not, but $30 million a year for sure. The 17 tackles for a loss is nice. Interceptions 2 for Barrett Carter. Deflections 9 for Drew Phillips, 8 for Micah McFadden, Deontay Banks. 0 safeties and 1 defensive touchdown for Tyler Nubin. Can we beat the 9-8 Seattle Seahawks to move on to the divisional round? We're a better team for sure here, and we do beat them. Here to face the 10-7 Atlanta Falcons, 90 overall team with the boost. They're an 87. I want to see Michael Penix still their QB. I'm assuming so. Yeah, 93 overall, superstar X factor Michael Penix. I've never seen him develop this well in simulation. He's already 28 years old, of course. So can we beat the 10-7 superstar X factor Atlanta Falcons? We are 3 overalls higher than them. We have the better record too. Just the division brackets. We beat them 31-24. Offense really stepped up there. Usually it's the defense stepping up. Here to face the 10-7 Saints. And again, I just have to see who their QB is. A lot of things changes in 4 years. Cam Ward is the Saints QB. He really slipped that far. What pick do the Saints have? Pick number 9 in the draft? That's crazy. Wearing number 19 is disgusting. So can we beat the 10-7 Cam Ward New Orleans Saints? We are a 91 overall team with the morale boost. They're an 87 overall. We jumped 2 overalls in a span of 3 weeks. That's crazy. And it's surprising here that we actually do get home field advantage as a 5 seed here. But either way, 0-0 start in the first quarter. We finally strike first, 7-0 game. Our defense is really holding out nicely. 7-0 at halftime. As finally they're going to score 7. Our offense needs to step up. Our defense is doing really, really well. Offense selling 14-7 here. 14-14. Going into overtime, it's 13-14. They're going to get the extra point. No, they went for 2 and missed it. They went for 2 and missed it. That is wild. I went to play key moments. If they got that, I would have been livid. I would have been so pissed. Cam Ward, distraught. Can I see the replay on that? I don't think I can because I didn't play it, but it's like, that's quite wild. Scoring summary, Rashid Shaheed, 6-yard pass from Cam Ward. I thought it was saying Rashid Shaheed threw a 6-yard pass. I was like, that's ridiculous. But it would be cool if I was able to see it if he dropped it or if he just missed the pass. But either way, we're going to the Super Bowl in year number 4 here with Donald Wallace. And we're going to be facing the 12-5. No way. It's the man himself. I just realized. We're going to be facing the Randall Cummings, baby. Randall Cummings, star development, 90 overall with the boost. He looks amazing. We got the 2 guys that I was scouting in the draft. What a way to end it. Win or lose, I'm going to end the rebuild here. We're 4 overalls higher than the Titans. This should be a win, but you never underestimate the Cummings, baby. Superstar development for Donald Wallace. Well-deserved here. Everything else here looks the same. Andrew Thomas should be in normal development at this point, but we're at the end of the rebuild. I would change him to a normal development. It's crazy that he's in 92 overall, and he's allowing 19 sacks. But Clay Thomas, starting year for him. His second year, he did really well, but nice to put him as development for now. Kayvon Thibodeau, I forced the superstar development for him at the stats. Everything else looks pretty good. Phillips is already up to a 90 overall, 91 overall team. Let's see if we can cap this off with a rebuild with a Super Bowl win against the Cummings. Here we are against the Cummings Titans. 7-0 start for them. We're going to not put anything on the board. Please, offense, do something. Defense still doing nicely. 7-7 game here. 10-7 at halftime. Opening up half with another 3 here. Offense needs to do better. Defense is carrying hard right now. 17-13, 20-13. Offense, hold the ball. Hold the ball. Great stuff. Defense carried so hard. What was happening? I was trying to back up to play the key moments for a second. It glitched out. 20-17 against the Cummings Tennessee Titans. What a way to end it, especially with the 2 guys that I was scouting from the beginning. Even though we didn't win a ring with, of course, Russell Wilson, and that was the title of the video. It's just for, views. But either way, Javon Holland became an X factor. He was a baller. Travis Hunter balled out with us. Really good team in the end. Really nice defensive line. We had 5 X factors on defense. That's really what carried us. This defense really propped us all the way here. But Wallace here, even though he had a slightly worse game in terms of passer rating, very slightly, but he'll probably still win the Super Bowl MVP. 1 touchdown, no interceptions, over 200 passing yards. And then also James here, Jordan James with a Super Bowl touchdown. Nice game from him. And then Adonai Mitchell is playing for the Titans. And then we got Malik Neighbors with a Super Bowl touchdown as well. And Donald Wallace does win the Super Bowl MVP. Patrick Mahomes wins another league MVP with another Offensive Player of the Year with Rashee Rice. Brian Burns wins Defensive Player of the Year. I did not expect that. But hey, a win's a win. And this will be a successful rebuild with Javon Holland. So I actually really enjoyed that rebuild a lot more than I thought I did. I did not enjoy Andrew Thomas. Everything else, though, I did enjoy. 88 overall team without the boost. Some of the players did regress, like Bobby Okereke and Tyrone Tracy. Phillips was a baller. My defensive line, oh my gosh, so stacked. Love to see it. But anyways, guys, apart from that, let me know if you have any ideas in the comments down below. I'll make sure to feature your comment. Thank you guys all for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.